Hi, my name is Melody Gibson, and I'm the Education Director at the Civic Design Center, here to tell you about what our Design Your Neighborhood program has to offer for this year of virtual learning. So we have, if you haven't heard of us before, we've been working in metro schools for the past 2 years, providing a curriculum that challenges students to problem solve the pressing issues of affordable housing and transportation in their communities. And it also teaches students how to be active participants in their communities with their new knowledge. So I'm going to walk you through what we have to offer this year. So we have projects for 7th and 8th grade core classes, which is the same that we've had in the years past, only we have our math curriculum ready for this year. So the way that this works is that the 7th grade classes address transportation, the 8th grade address affordable housing. So this is so that students can get an in-depth cross-curricular experience. However, the projects can stand alone given that your whole team doesn't teach the units. So just some information about these units. So each one is 10 to 15 hours long. It's aligned to Tennessee state standards for that subject. They're also meet the requirements for STEAM, so it's a great way to integrate STEAM in your core class. Every single unit has standards from at least one letter of STEAM in that project. Each lesson plan is aligned to SEL standards. They all follow the same design thinking process and project-based learning process. And very new is that we have put the lessons on Schoology in a student-friendly format. So I'm going to switch over and give you a preview of what we have for Schoology this year. We have a group called Design Your Neighborhood, and so within that we have a folder for each subject. So let's say that I am art, and the blue folders include the classroom curriculum for if school is in session that we have had in years past. So every day, there's a folder for every day that includes the lesson plan, PowerPoint, and daily handouts. Then the new portion is this Schoology edition, where we've taken the assignments for each day and made them student-facing on Schoology. So it's complete with discussion reflections. There are student-facing directions for every day, so it can support asynchronous learning as well. And an update to our 7th grade art project, we have a new partnership with We Go Public Transit, where we will be able to take artwork from the 7th grade art class. So the project is for them to design a mural that represents the neighborhood, and We Go Public Transit has agreed to put those murals on bus benches or bus stop benches around the city. So this will be an exciting opportunity for student work to be able to be seen in the community come spring. In addition to curriculum, we provide volunteers, which will be virtual visits this year by professionals from the community that can provide project feedback and career talk, excuse me. We also have some virtual webinars that we'll be releasing later in the fall for teacher trainings. And then at the end of the year, we will provide a civic engagement platform for students. That's typically an in-person showcase. However, we'll also offer that virtually, just depending on what the circumstances are. So to measure the impact of the curriculum, we partner with a research team at Vanderbilt that's measuring these 6 factors in students. And we ask the teacher to be a partner with us in that. And before I explain, I'll say the teacher is compensated with a $100 stipend for helping us out with these surveys. So we ask that students take a 20-minute survey before and after. Someone from Vanderbilt can virtually visit your classroom to proctor that, and have students get permission forms signed virtually also, and we will incentivize that through food if that's possible in person, or some gift card drawings if not. So this was our participation last year. So we have a pretty wide reach in the county and hope to just grow this. And some of this was cut short by COVID. However, I'm hoping, we hope, of course, that everyone comes back this year and we can have a great year virtually. I also wanted to talk about our growth. So we're about to start our third year, and these were our metrics our first 2 years. So what stood out the most was our teacher growth from 31 to 65. That was all because of teacher word of mouth. So we'll end this video with some testimonials from teachers as to why they have been coming back to teach Design Your Neighborhood. But before that, I wanted to make sure I explain what to do next. So if you are interested, head to our website. It is designyourneighborhood.org/PBL. And you'll find samples of the projects and also a sign up. And once you sign up, we'll follow up very quickly and give you a code so you can access your project on Schoology. If you have questions or would like me to talk to people at your school, you can email me directly. It's melody@civicdesigncenter.org.
Hi there, my name is Andrea Hawkins, and I am a teacher at Head Magnet School. I was a part of the DYN project when its early inception, and I actually really loved doing it. I found that the curriculum itself was very relevant, it was easy to deliver, and it had practical implications for the kids. Not really big words, but I'm saying that as teachers, we want to make sure that what we're giving our kids is allowing them to think critically, but yet and still they took some ownership of it. We did the Sustainable and Affordable Housing Project. The kids really loved going into the neighborhood of the school, looking at things they saw every day, having conversations to compare their neighborhoods with other students, and then presenting it at the end. So I think that the 15-day or whatever number of days that your program has that's devoted to you present it to your students, it is well worth the time, it's well worth the recruitment, and it has a long-lasting impact. So I would say to anyone who's considering being a part of the program, definitely do it. My kids enjoyed it. I enjoyed teaching it to them. I took what I could do with it, and we had a great time.
Good morning. My name is Teresa Bogema, and I am an eighth grade teacher at Bellevue Middle School. I teach social studies this year. In the past, I've taught ELA as well. And I would really recommend using the Design Your Neighborhood curriculum. When I first started using it, another teacher had actually gone to the training and had just asked if I would be willing to participate. And I said, sure, not really knowing what I was getting into. But each year I've done it, I've grown it consistently impressed and more impressed with the curriculum itself. It has beautiful opportunities to come together and collaborate with other teachers. So I know that when I was a science and an ELA teacher, they were getting it in both classes in different ways. But I also knew they were hearing it in science, and I knew they were hearing it in art. And I knew that this concept of gentrification and affordable housing was being addressed looking from different lenses in these different classes. The materials themselves are so easy to use. They have been really well thought out, easily to modify for students who may need accommodations, but it's also really engaging and personal. And I think that's why I've decided each year to continue to do it, because the kids are always really excited when they hear gentrification. Okay, this is what it is. Here are some examples that automatically start raising their hands. I know that this happened to my grandma, or this happened to us, or my best friend, this happened to them, or if you go to this neighborhood, that's gentrified too. And what does this mean? How did this impact my grandma? And how did this impact my friend? How did it impact me when it happened to me? And they make such a real connection that they're not only able to really look at a very real problem that we have here in Nashville right now, but they're also able to connect that back to the subject and see how all of these things are interconnected. So I would really recommend using this program, and I hope to see you at the next DYN event.